Hi, Ayane. My name is Neil. I'm with Dorkaholics.com.
Hi, Neil. Nice to meet you.
I first wanted to ask you, what was the experience like watching the film for the first time at South by Southwest? What was it like watching the film for the first time in South by Southwest in a room full of people? And what do you think audiences will love most about Tetris?
It was so exciting moment for me because it was my first time to be in South by Southwest. It was my first time walking on red carpet. It was my first time seeing a movie with the audience in America. And compared to Japan, people in America just laughed during the movie, clapped their hand during the movie. And in Japan, nobody would do that. Like we are really quiet during the movie. So like I really felt the energy from the audience. And then I was really um anxious about the audience. This is the story of the rights, like game rights, and it's really confusing to understand. But I think the production did a great job for the editing. And I think the audience gets the idea of the rights. And then this story is about the Tetris. But I feel like this story is also about the friendship between, the inventor of the Tetris and a guy who helped him to make Tetris really famous in the world. And I feel like audience understand what it feels like to be um I'm not sure. I don't know. What was the question?
It was, what do you think audiences will love most about the movie Tetris?
Oh, okay. Obviously the history of the Tetris, because we all know about the Tetris, but we don't know about the history of the Tetris.
Mm,
I didn't know about the history of the Tetris, even though it was a big thing in Japan.
mhm.
So I think the audience will be surprised by the history of the Tetris and the backstory of the Tetris as well.
This was not what you promised, Hank.
I know, but you know how unimaginative these bankers are. Pioneers have to bet the house to win.
But not literally.
Listen. Have you ever heard our apartment this quiet before?
Maya,
ん
what do you think?
面白い。これ、もらっていい？
This is gonna work. I promise.
Is that a promise you can keep?
If we do this, we're in control. So yeah. It is.
I also wanted to move to talk about your character's relationship with her husband Hank. He comes across as honest, hardworking, and he wants what's best for his family. But throughout the film, we see him taking risks that aren't necessarily in the best interest of the family. What is it about Hank that you believe your character still chose to stay by his side throughout the film?
Japanese women really have patience to support their husband. So I want to play that character really seriously. I took it really seriously. And yeah, it was I could talk to real Akemi Rogers before the shooting, but she told me like it was a scary thing to just to wait for him to come back, because it was like a Soviet, it was Russia, and back in time it was a really dangerous place to go to. So she told me like she was really worried about Hank all the time.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh,
But still, she has to support him.
I really felt that your character supported Hank in his ambition,
Oh, I
even when
think.
things were tough. Being that you are from Japan, how would you describe the set design and the production, casting it in Japan, even though it was elsewhere?
I think they did a great job of picturing the Japan, I think. Yeah.純子さんいいですか？
はい。どうぞ。
OK なんかやっぱりこのセットすごい外国の人たちが作り上げた割には日本っていうのをすごくキャプチャーしてたと思いますし、他にこう私が気になるところがあれば直したりとかもしていましたし、でもそれにしてもすごくスコットランドのチームっていうのは日本の再現っていうのをとても上手にしたなっていうふうに感じてます。
So for non-Japanese production or art department, I think they did a good job capturing Japan, and I would see some things that needed to be updated, and they would oblige to my request. So I really feel that the Scottish crew really did a good job capturing Japan.
Oh wow! So you were able to make certain comments, and they were able to adjust the sets accordingly.
Yes, especially there wasn't any Japanese coordinator at all on the set. So it was only me and Ken Yamamura who can say those things to director John.
I'm really glad that you guys were able to voice your perspectives to help elevate the realism of the film. But I think we're nearing the end. So thank you so much for your time tonight, Ayane. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.